After the death of a legendary drag queen, the passing of Heklina comes as states nationwide are considering laws that would limit drag performances.
Hosted by Gloria Hole. Well, hello darlings, Gloria Hole here, your compass to Queen Central. Let me ask you something. Ever feel the ground shift beneath your fabulous heels? Like the very heart of your community skipped a beat? For the drag world, April 2023 delivered a seismic blow. A queen fell silent, but her echo, oh honey, it is shaking the foundations still. Today on Queen Central, we are diving deep into how the legendary Heklina's passing didn't just leave a hole. It fundamentally changed the drag landscape. Strap in, it is a ride.
Feelings of disbelief at Oasis nightclub in San Francisco. That's where dozens gathered Monday afternoon to mourn the loss of Heklina, a legendary Bay Area drag performer who died unexpectedly in London.
The shockwave. It hit like a shockwave, news spreading fast through texts, social media, hushed conversations backstage. Heklina was gone, April 2023. Suddenly, unexpectedly. For anyone outside the world of drag, the name might not have rung a bell, but inside, it felt like the ground shifted. The lights dimmed. A force of nature, a queen who was not just on the stage, but who built the stage for so many others, was silent. This wasn't only about losing a performer, this was about losing a mother, a mentor, a mad scientist of glitter and chaos who shaped an entire scene. Heklina's passing didn't just leave a hole, it held up a mirror to the drag world, forcing everyone to see just how deeply she had shaped it and what her absence truly meant.
Did a lot of stuff everywhere. Palm Springs, like she was in London right now, like just all over the place. She was super, super active.
Her death became a moment of reckoning, a catalyst that changed things in ways big and small. Building the stage, the Tranny Shack revolution. To understand why it mattered so much, we have to go back. San Francisco in the 1990s. Drag existed, sure, but it was often polished, predictable. Then came Heklina. In 1996, she created something wild, something messy, something gloriously different called Tranny Shack. This wasn't your grandma's drag show. Tranny Shack was loud, punk rock, unapologetically weird. It celebrated the misfits, the rule breakers, the performers who didn't fit into neat boxes. It was less about perfect lip syncs and more about raw energy, humor, and pushing boundaries. Heklina didn't only host, she created a home for a kind of drag that mainstream stages often ignored. More than a queen, the glue. Think of her as the ultimate party starter, but also the glue that held things together. She wasn't just a queen, she was a powerhouse producer.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Could you have asked me to come here on Halloween?
You're preparing for the party.
It's like getting a politician to come in on election day.
A tireless community organizer. She co-owned the Oasis nightclub, a vital home for San Francisco drag. She led drag queen walking tours, sharing the city's vibrant queer history. When the pandemic hit, she didn't disappear. She helped organize relief efforts for struggling performers. Heklina understood that drag was not just about the spotlight. It was about building a family, a support system, a place where people could truly be themselves, especially when the outside world didn't understand. She nurtured talent. Legends like Peaches Christ and Phonique found encouragement and a platform under her wing. She saw potential in the raw, the strange, the unconventional, and gave it space to grow. The void and the roar. So, when she died, the grief wasn't quiet. It was a roar. Social media flooded with memories, photos, videos. In San Francisco, crowds gathered outside the Oasis for candlelit vigils. Tears mixed with laughter as stories were shared.
It's important for our community to come together in large numbers to show the world who we really are, to express our joy, to express our solidarity, and to let them know that we're not going down without a fight.
But it wasn't only San Francisco. From London to Berlin, New York to Tokyo, drag performers dedicated their shows to her. Stages lit up in her memory. It was a powerful global moment of shared loss, proving how far her influence reached. But grief quickly mixed with a cold, hard reality. A giant void had opened. Who could host the legendary Mother Shows, the evolved name for Tranny Shack? With her unique, anarchic energy, how would the Oasis carry on without one of its guiding stars? The silence after her last performance felt heavy. No one knew how to host like her, one local queen confessed. The energy shifted overnight. It felt like The heart had gone out of the room. Suddenly, the sheer scale of what Heklina did, night after night, year after year, became painfully clear. It wasn't only about putting on a show, it was about curating an experience, holding space for chaos and community. The legacy ignites. Yet, in the face of this loss, something powerful began to stir. Heklina's spirit refused to be dimmed. Her passing didn't end her story. It ignited a new chapter in her legacy. Performers everywhere started consciously channeling her fearless spirit. You saw it in the choices they made, taking bigger creative risks, embracing messy authenticity over polished perfection, using drag as sharp political satire, just like Heklina loved to do. Events were renamed in her honor. Heklina's haunt, tributes became regular fixtures. It was a way of saying, we remember, we carry this forward. Necessary conversations and evolution. Her death also sparked crucial, sometimes difficult conversations within the drag community. It shone a harsh light on the intense pressures performers face, the late nights, the emotional toll, the financial instability, the lack of safety nets. People started talking more openly about mental health, about the need for better support systems, about taking care of each other. Heklina herself had been a pillar of support. Her absence made the need for collective care even more urgent. Her passing forced a conversation. How do we protect the artists who bring us so much joy? It also reminded everyone that drag, like any art form, must evolve. Heklina herself had shown this. Years after founding it, she made the significant decision to change the name of Tranny Shack to Mother. She listened, learned, and understood that language matters, that what felt edgy once could become hurtful. Her legacy became a reminder. Drag thrives on change, on pushing boundaries thoughtfully, on creating spaces that are truly inclusive for everyone under the rainbow umbrella. She evolved, noted one trans drag artist. That is the lesson. Drag isn't stuck in the past. It has to grow, just like we do. The ripple effect beyond San Francisco. The ripple effect of Heklina's life and loss spread far beyond the foggy streets of San Francisco. Her influence was felt globally. Underground drag collectives in Berlin, punk drag nights in London, experimental performers in Tokyo. Many cited Heklina as a direct inspiration. Her defiant DIY spirit, her celebration of the weird and wonderful, resonated deeply with artists fighting to carve out their own spaces away from the mainstream spotlight.
I got my start in a very organic way by hosting Tranny Shack, and I guess what I did, unbeknownst to me, was improv for all those years.
Even the polished world of televised drag competitions owes a debt to the energy and authenticity that queens like Heklina cultivated in the underground. The raw power, the individuality, the sheer nerve you see on stages everywhere, that fire was kept burning brightly in spaces like the ones Heklina built. The party goes on. And what about the future? Heklina's death didn't create a vacuum for long. It created a challenge, a gauntlet thrown down. New producers, inspired by her fearlessness, stepped up. They weren't trying to be Heklina. That was impossible. But they embraced her core principles. Keep it unpredictable, keep it inclusive, keep it fiercely human. The parties didn't stop. If anything, they gained a new intensity, a deeper meaning. The chaotic, joyful, messy spirit of a Heklina show. The spirit that said drag is for everyone, especially the outsiders. Found new life. New shoots began to grow from strong roots. Imagine it now. A packed club, the air thick with anticipation and the smell of hairspray. It is a tribute night for Heklina. Queens of all ages, from legends to newcomers, just finding their feet. Take the stage. The music swells. Maybe it is her anthem. It is Raining Men. For a moment, the energy in the room crackles with that familiar, wild magic. It feels like she's there, egging them on. And through the speakers, you might just hear a ghost of her laugh, a snippet of her voice, perhaps her famous battle cry. Drag isn't pretty, it is survival. Now go fuck shit up. Heklina is gone. That pain is real. But the stage she helped build, the community she nurtured, the defiant spirit she embodied, that got bigger. Her passing forced the drag world to look at itself, to grieve, to argue, to remember, and ultimately, to rise. It showed the strength of the roots she planted and inspired new growth. It reminded everyone that drag is more than sequins and songs. It is about family, resilience, and creating spaces where the beautiful, the strange, and the utterly unique can shine. Heklina taught the drag world a final, unforgettable lesson. When a queen falls, the spotlight doesn't fade. It spreads, the party, fueled by memory and defiance, goes on. Because drag, at its heart, is about life. Messy, glorious, unapologetic life. And that, thanks to pioneers like Heklina, is a flame that won't be easily extinguished. The final word is never final. Wipes a carefully placed, glitter-encrusted tear. Oh, darlings. The mother may have left the building, but my God, did she leave it shaking? Heklina proved drag is not just performance. It is architecture. It is building homes for the misfits, lighting fires under the complacent, and screaming, yes, when the world whispers no. Her legacy? It is not in the silence, but in the glorious, messy, defiant noise that followed. It is in every queen who takes a bigger risk, every producer who builds a weirder stage, every moment we choose glitter and guts over playing it safe. So let us raise a glass or a stiletto. To the mother of mayhem, go out there, honor her spirit, take risks, support each other fiercely. And for heaven's sake, fuck some shit up. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. This is Gloria Hole, reminding you, the party always goes on. Stay legendary. Queen Central out.